Now we're going to talk about the holy trinity of text: kerning, leading, and tracking. And kerning, leading, and tracking, you'll find it in almost every word processing, any word processing program. And it's really basic, but most people don't. Most people that use computers use text all of the time, and they don't know what kerning, leading, and tracking is. It's fairly simple. Kerning is the space between two letters. Leading is the space between horizontal lines of text. And tracking is the space between selected letters. And I remember many times I put together a great resume, a great document, and especially for kerning, you choose some font and the T is overlapping with the O, and it's like, well, this is perfect except for these two letters. Well, this, or you need a little bit of space to get something done. Like if you could just bring all of the letters in a little closer, or all of the lines together a bit more, then you could put in more stuff. So that's where kerning, leading, and tracking come into play. So let's go in here and work with some kerning, leading, and tracking. I type this text in and I select the text. Getting this done is fairly simple. And to get this done, I need my character panel. So I go Window, Type, Character. And here you go, right there. And this option over here, the A over the A, is leading, the space between lines. Now, the space between lines would be this area right here. And I find it interesting where this term came from. I'm going to call this layer text. I'm going to make a new layer, lock the text layer, and just for the heck of it, back in the old days, back before they had computers, they would have all these individual pieces of text in a box. And that's where the terms uppercase and lowercase came from, because all of the uppercase letters would be in a box called uppercase, and the lowercase letters would be in a box called lowercase. And then they would have pieces of lead. So the pieces of lead would be like this. Pieces of lead. And then if they wanted to make the space between lines bigger, they would just get a bigger piece of lead. So all of this, piece of lead, piece of lead, piece of lead, except they couldn't Alt Option drag to get this, and they had to actually put in a piece of lead to make this happen. So that is leading, and it's very simple. I'll unlock the text layer. You select your text, and then in the character panel, you just click this little thing here. I'm increasing the leading, or I can decrease the leading, and you can see the text getting closer or further apart. Leading, the space between horizontal lines. And then right over here, that's font size, this would be tracking right here, the space between selected letters. So all of these letters are selected, so I can make them go further apart, or I can bring them closer together. If you knew about this, okay, I'm going to say a lot of people don't know about this, but how many times would this have saved you some headache? Okay, so there's tracking, and there's leading, And then there's the space between two letters, which would be kerning. Now, in my mind, I would think you would highlight the two letters and try to bring them closer together or further apart, but it doesn't work like that. What you do is you get your text tool and then you click between the two letters. And here is kerning right here, represented by this little thing at the bottom of the character panel. And I'm just going to come in here and like put in 200 pixels between there. And you can see the T and the H get really further apart from one another. 400, 600, there you go. That's kerning, leading, and tracking. Now, you may, also in the character panel, I can go in here and reset the panel. But first, let me select my text. I'm going to select the text, reset the panel, and we go back to square zero. And I can resize the text. Now, something, I don't remember seeing this touch type tool in here. Like, I'm going to click it. It's kind of cool, but you can use it to click on different letters. And once you click on a different letter, then it will let you resize or even tilt the letter, and the whole line moves with it. I don't remember seeing that. There's a whole bunch of stuff I don't remember, but I don't remember ever seeing that. But there you go. Kerning, leading, and tracking in Adobe Illustrator, and you can do this in almost any word processing application.